Welcome back.
Leading off the game for the Storm.
A little Friday night non-league showdown in the second of two. The final game of the series between the Menlo Park Legacy and the South Bay Storm. Nate Martin here alongside Victor Martinez. In the second to last game of the season for the Legacy, as the leadoff man will be out by Christian Klosterman. Playing some defense early in the game, a little earlier than maybe he was expecting to.
Yeah, good play by Christian Klosterman right there. And we've seen it a lot recently where the pitchers have made some great plays. Last time out on Wednesday, I believe, there was some couple of good plays by the Legacy pitchers, so it looks like they're taking their PFPs pretty seriously around here.
Always nice to see Klosterman working out of a position he's not usually used to. He's mainly been the closer this summer for the Legacy. Now getting the start today, probably his last appearance of the summer against the South Bay Storm. That pitch low for a ball to even things up 1-1.
And the Legacy still have about a week's left of games, so maybe Klosterman gets an inning or two, but yes, this is probably the last bulk we'll see of him this summer.
One will be rolled a strike after the 2-all hitter Joe Plaskett goaled around. And not only is it weird to have Klosterman on the mound, that's just probably the most normal thing that we're seeing today. The South Bay Storm are having 12 hitters in their lineup as that one ripped into left center field by Plaskett. He'll be digging for two and hold up at second base for a one-out double. 104 miles an hour off of the bat of Plaskett. Absolutely pieced that one.
Yeah, the ball was rocketed off the bat. A little hanging slider that just touched too much of the plate from Klosterman, and the batter is able to punish it into left field for a double.
Tough hit to give up there if you're Klosterman, but plenty of time to bounce back. Max Matteucci coming up to the plate. Order for the South Bay Storm, leading things off was Daniel Major, Joe Plaskett over on second. Max Matteucci batting third. Dayton Anderson batting fourth as that one pieced to second, and that'll be a double play to end the inning. 104 miles an hour off the bat of Matteucci, however, right to the hands of John Ringer, who forced the double play over to the shortstop far to end the inning. 6-pitch inning there for Christian Klosterman as we head into the bottom of the first. It'll be Cooper Winton, Kieran Baker, and Donnell Daniels. Welcome back. Bottom of the first. Cooper Winton leading things off after his fantastic day on Wednesday where he hit a home run over the fence and then had a little league home run in the yard off of a leadoff bunt. We'll take that first pitch in for a ball, 1-0. On the mound today for the South Bay Storm is Christian Hernandez. He's batting in the 8th spot. As that one hit high in the shallow left, tracking back to the shortstop and making the tough play. That'd be Cooper Winton, the leadoff man, down after the great defensive play by the South Bay Storm shortstop.
And that's a super tough play right there from the shortstop. The wind is blowing out towards the right side. And he makes that play despite the wind taking the ball to his glove side, and kind of an awkward play, but he is able to secure it for the first out.
Swing miss there from Baker brings the count to 0-1. I want to give props to that. There will be, as we mentioned at the top half of the broadcast, there are going to be 12 players hitting for the Storm, so the defensive shape is going to be changing every inning pretty much. But that was the shortstop, number 19, Andre Butler, making that tough play over in shallow left. 1-1 here to Baker. Pitch from Hernandez misses, brings it to 2-1.
And the wind is blowing out towards the right side. So probably some of the strongest winds we've seen all summer here at CSM means that anything pulled to the left side of the field is really not going to work out for either team today.
Hit over to shortstop, and Andre Butler makes another great play defensively. That time on the ground ball, gets it into first in time. Brings up Donnell Daniels with 2 outs. Yeah, no, I was
number 26, Donnell Daniels.
On the driving range earlier this afternoon, and you could definitely feel the range. I'm sure it will definitely play a factor in today's game between the Legacy and the Storm. First pitch from Hernandez misses, 1-0.
A little morning golfing for you?
It was actually right before this game. I hustled over from Mariners Point and got here in time to begin preparations. 1-0 to Daniels. Kind of will be a hit right there.
Yeah, luckily for the Storm, that one doesn't get away from the first baseman and rolls in the corner. Last time we saw that, obviously Cooper went and scored. So good job by the first baseman keeping that in front of him right there.
Yeah, swinging bunt there from Donnell Daniels to get on with 2 outs. Brings up Tyler Wong.
Third baseman number 7, Tyler Wong.
First pitch to Wong, high for a ball, 1-0.
And third base coach Jet Trevino is still sick, so Nick White will be over at third base again. Brandon Gatson, who was the third base coach for a couple of innings in Wednesday's game, is over at first base today.
And that one will hit Tyler Wong. Puts 2 on with 2 outs. Tough for Christian Hernandez, who got 2 very easy outs. And now he's got 2 on with 2 outs after the swinging bunt and the hit by pitch. Brings up Blake Cowens with 2 on.
Catcher number 4, Blake Cowens.
And I mean, yeah, we're just going to look at this Legacy order right now. I mean, starting with Daniels and going all the way down to the 6-hole hitter, Ryan Favre. That's 4 All-Stars in a row in the BACL. As that one will hit Cowens to load up the bases. Hernandez really struggling with his location in this bottom of the first.
Yeah, and I would imagine what happened is that he probably thought he was out of the inning after the swinging bunt from Donnell Daniels, and the ball gets thrown away. So kind of makes you lose your concentration, and so far 2 hit by pitches right after that.
All right, so I'll bring up Ryan Farr with bases loaded. And if it's anybody's day today, it's his. His host family appreciation night for his host family. Group that he's been staying with for the past 3 summers, as this is his 3rd summer in the row playing for the Menlo Park. Obviously with the Legends for the past 2 years, and now with the Legacy this summer. Because of that inducted him into the Legends Hall of Fame. So a massive congratulations to Ryan Farr, along with Cole Dixon, the other inductee today.
And obviously we weren't here for his first 2 summers, but so far this summer he has been absolutely destroying baseball, so it looks like a very worthy inductee.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason you got brought back here 3 summers in a row. It's because you can hit the ball very, very well. 2-1 to Farr. Fouled that one off, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, bases loaded, 2 outs here for Ryan Farr, looking to get some runs on the board early against the Storm. And he'll take that one for a ball, 3-2.
Very prototypical Ryan Farr at bat here. He already called time earlier, and he's working at the count right here. spoiled off some tough pitches as well.
Runners take off. Hit up the middle. And that'll be fielded by Butler. Throw to first in time for the final out of the inning. Andre Butler, great defensive bottom half of the inning. He'll come up here in the top of the second along with Dayton Anderson and Connor Ray. Welcome back, top of the second. Scoreless first. And these two teams, play each other. It's not often you see a scoreless inning, mainly from the Legacy. It's the third meeting between the Storm and the Legacy. The previous two ended early because of the run rule.
A lot of runs being put up on the board by the Legacy specifically, and South Bay has had a tough time on the mound so far in these two first meetings.
Great play there by Ryan Farr over at short to get the first out. Already today we've seen both shortstops put in some good defensive work.
And Ryan Farr, usually a guy that plays all over the field, so always tough if you're one of those guys moving all different positions, playing all parts of the infield, a lot of different angles coming at you. So good job by Ryan Farr right there on that first play, hit right to him.
Pitched by Klosterman high for a ball. Farr, though, mainly the position that he's most comfortable with is the middle infield. Either you see him a lot at second, short. He's been playing a lot of third, especially in the second half of the season. But over at short today, it'll be 1-0 to Butler. So this will be Andre Butler at the plate. On deck is Connor Ray. Christian Klosterman on the mound. He has been a fantastic closer for this Legacy, now starting as an all-star this summer. And we'll find the zone 3-1 by Klosterman.
And Klosterman primarily a sinker slider pitcher. What happens sometimes when you try to have those guys start is that second time through the order they struggle a little bit more because the batters have seen your two pitches, and if you don't have a third offering, it makes it really difficult to go long into games. Christian Klosterman so far has been primarily a reliever for the Legacy this summer.
He walks the shortstop Butler to bring up Connor Ray with 1 out, 1 on. Klosterman last summer played for the Stompers, and tonight the Legends will be taking on Sonoma up at Arnold Field in the first of a 2-game set between Two CCL sides. One hit array after checking on Butler over at first.
I will say that drive up to Sonoma, never really a fun one coming from down here in the Menlo Park area.
Will you plan on making that drive this weekend?
Yeah, I will be there tomorrow, and then I will be in Walnut Creek for the Legends season finale on Sunday.
Yeah, that will be their last game of the season. They did not make the playoffs, unfortunately. Had some great moments this season, but couldn't keep up the momentum throughout the entire summer. I know the whole side is pretty upset about that, especially manager Chris DeBoom.
Yeah, the coaches especially were really disappointed with the way the second month of the season really finished out. I mean, obviously they didn't really win any games in July. They maybe won one or two.
As they will get the runner out at first. Andre Butler was going to steal there, but the throw came in at perfect time from Christian Klosterman over to first.
And that's a good A move right there from Christian Klosterman. Doesn't look like he's going to throw it until he does. Catches the runner sleeping over at first base. Got him by a pretty large margin right there.
Good pickoff there by the Legacy, and that will be ball 2 to Connor Ray, who now has a lot more pressure on him to get on base compared with one-on-one out. 2-2 comes, hit over. Two short, far throws in time. Out at first. Keeping the Storm scoreless through 2. In the bottom half of the inning, we'll see Roman Trinidad, Will Florio, and John Ringer to the plate. Back, bottom of the second.
Number 20, Roman Trinidad.
A scoreless affair between the Legacy and the Storm. Roman Trinidad, Will Florio, and John Ringer looking to change that here in the bottom of the second. First pitch, Trinidad lays down a bunt that will go foul, 0-1. So Trinidad and Baker. Baker, of course, was the 2-all hitter. They'll be alternating back and forth between left field and center field. Nick White having some fun with his lineup and defense in a non-league game as that one hit into left field by Trinidad, digging for 2. He's got some speed on him. He will be in time at second for a leadoff double.
And you can see why Roman Trinidad is one of the more well-rounded players on the Legacy. That is a pitch on the outer half of the plate. He uses his bat-to-ball skills right there to shoot it the other way for a clean single, and then uses his speed to get to second base. Usually you only see a single on that play. Since Trinidad is so fast, he's able to get to second on a double right there.
So that'll bring up Will Florio with a runner on second, nobody out. Working with a new warm-up song, walk-up song. Yeah, Glow by Glorilla as he fouls out one off 0-1.
Seems like the Legacy bench always loved to give him a hard time about his walk-up songs. He came up here and said he didn't want one, and then Cole Dixon came up and told him to give him one anyways.
Yeah, I know. It's been a nice little, it's been a fun summer with Will Florio's walk-up songs for sure. Makes sense. It's been, a chant for the Legacy bench whenever Florio's to the plate as Trinidad takes off for third. He has speed. He'll be safe at third. Great steal there by Roman Trinidad.
Shooting off the wheels again, getting to second base on a ball that was hit pretty weakly and was able to take second, and then he's able to take third on the stolen base right there.
There's some aggressive base running by Trinidad that pays off. He's now 90 feet away from home as that one fouled off by Florio, 1-2.
And trying to get in the pitcher's head right there by faking a steal of home. Always effective, especially with the right-hander on the mound when you're staring down third base.
A couple summers back, Will Florio played for the South Bay Storm. He's facing his former side here and looking to get the first runs on the board of this contest. 1-2 is the count. Swinging, fouled off. We'll do it again. 1-2 here to Florio. Played his high school ball over at St. Francis, now over at Stonehill College in Massachusetts. Pitch comes, and that'll be high for a ball, evens it up, 2-2. Two and two to Florio. Swung on, fouled off. We'll do it again. Forcing a long at bat out of the pitcher Hernandez. Something that he's done pretty well this summer. 2-2. Hit high into shallow center, but Trinidad, I think, is going to take off and tag. In fact, the center fielder never had a read of that ball. Florio will slide in, safe at second for a double to score the first run of the contest, 1-0.
That's a tough play for the center fielder right there. The wind is carrying that ball to the right side. Didn't really pick that up until the last second. And then by that point, it's too late. He drops the ball. Alertly, Will Florio is able to take second base right there. Not really moting about hitting a weak fly ball on a center field.
So that'll be the first run of today's game with John Ringer to the plate, the walk-off hero who kind of said he's broken out of a bit of a slump here. You would expect there to be some more here in this bottom of the second. As he'll take that one for another ball, 2-0. Yeah, the center fielder who was unable to make that play there, James the Knight, upset with himself. Could have been an easy out.
I believe John Ringer's the reason you got Gatorade on your shorts a couple of days ago.
That would be, and it was actually water, but he got a lot more of it than I did. He was absolutely soaked, and I mean, I felt like I was super cold after getting, just a splash on me. I couldn't imagine what he felt when he got an entire bucket poured on him. As Ringer fouls that one off, 2-1. I had some fun interviews on Wednesday. We did 3 of them with Ringer, Winton, and the pitcher Ryan Johnson, just because of how crazy Wednesday's game was. As that one hit into center, that one will be dropped. Dropped. Yes, he can get that ball, which it was caught. But Florio tags to reach over to third. The sack fly from John Ringer.
It's a great running play right there by DeKnight. A tough one. Again, the wind is carrying the ball out that way, and he's able to track that one down. A good adjustment, especially after dropping that last fly ball.
Yeah, it's a good bounce back there for the center fielder.
Now batting the designated hitter number 3, Cooper Winton.
Brings up the top of the order, Cooper Winton, who hits that one into right to the right fielder for the second out. Florio tags. He will be comfortably safe at the plate. The sac fly will score the second run of the day. It's 2-0 in favor of the Legacy.
Cooper Winton doing exactly what he needs to right there. With one out, runner at third. He's just able to hit one deep enough for the runner to score. Passing the baton to Kieran Baker. Still one more out to play with here, and now you have 2 runs on the board if you're Menlo Park.
Brings up Kieran Baker with 2 outs, nobody on, to extend the inning here against Hernandez. We'll take that one low for a ball, 1-0. Yeah, great piece of hitting there by Cooper Winton. That seemed to come alive here in this non-league series for the DH. That breaking ball by Hernandez finds his own to even things up 1-1.
Looked like Baker was taking the entire way right there. Breaking ball 66 miles an hour right down the middle. Takes it for a strike.
So another Slovilo pitch. That one hitting the right field, going foul and unable to make the play. It'll be a foul ball to bring the count to 1-2. Baker heads back to the plate. Good attempt there by the right fielder, but just couldn't make the play. So that'll bring the count to 1-2 to Baker. Pitch. Hit high into right center. And will drop between the outfielders. Baker takes off for second. He will be safe for a 2-out double. Again, that one just kind of dropped into no man's land. Neither the center fielder or right fielder got a good read on it. And will lead to a 2-out hit for Kieran Baker.
And I think on that play, it's the right fielder's ball. The center fielder was kind of running a long way to get to that ball. Doesn't really look like the right fielder ever really made an attempt to get out there. It's Kieran Baker a little bit shaken up, sliding into second base.
Yeah, he definitely needed to slide in there. That throw was going to come in time. He's our trainer and a Cavalier. We'll check in on Baker along with Nick White, the third base coach. Good opportunity for the manager of the Storm, Mike Ryan, to have some talk with his team.
And this is not good. It looks like Baker's going to come out of the game super tough blow for the Legacy. Baker's been swinging the bat really well as of late.
And that'll bring in Alex Tolbert as the pinch runner. Someone that the Legacy dugout on Wednesday was talking smack to about his base running will be the pinch runner. I wonder if Nick White did that on purpose.
I think Nick White just saw the opportunity and kind of took it right there.
Legacy, number 37, Alex Tolbert.
I believe Alex Tolbert actually had a steal last game.
Yeah, he did. He definitely proved the dugout wrong and now has an opportunity to do so again. He'll be standing in over at second with 2 outs.
Well, the Legacy dugout just said he's not going to steal, and the scouting report is probably that.
Hit high into left. And will be unable to be fielded by the shortstop again. Had some tough times reading this ball. The Storm defense did not play that well on Wednesday, and those struggles continue into this contest
and
2 days later.
All 3 of the outfielders for the Storm have kind of been beaten by the wind, so to speak. The right fielder didn't really make a play on that last one, and then the left fielder on that one. Center fielder on the very first fly ball. It looks like the Legacy's plan of attack is just to hit the ball in the air and allow the Storm to bury themselves right here.
Third baseman, number 7.
The third run of the inning. Brings up Tyler Wong with 2 outs, 1 on. First pitch to Wong misses for a ball, 1-0. One on, 2 outs. Daniels thought about taking off that one, hitting to left field, and will drop for a base hit. The 2-out rally continues. Wong will head over to first for the single. Daniels at second. 2 on, 2 outs for Blake Gallons.
Good swing by Wong right there. Not really a cheap hit like we've seen those last couple of ones be. Just a good piece of hitting right there, getting a single.
And yeah, that's what we've seen from Tyler Wong all summer. Finding the right spots in the outfield and capitalizing for base hits. It's Gallons, fouled off 0-1. that one kind of heads into the stands behind home plate. 0-1. Swung on hard, just goes foul though. It was a great hit by Cowens, 89 off of the bat, miles an hour off the bat. That just can't go fair. Count goes to 0-2.
And Blake Cowens in the hole here, 0-2, but something that the Legacy have done well all summer is 2-strike hitting.
0-2 to Cowens. Breaking ball just misses the zone, 1-2. Tough take there by Cowens.
Yeah, really tough, especially on a pitch at the top of the zone. Your eyes light up when you see a hanging breaking ball, but recognizes that's above the zone and doesn't swing.
That one will find the zone. Strike 3 called on the breaking ball from Hernandez to get out of the inning. 3 runs come across the plate for Menlo Park, but you leave 2 on. It'll be 3-0 as we enter the top of the third. Welcome back, top of the third after the 3-run second from the Legacy. Christian Klosterman looking to put another 0 on the scoreboard here for Menlo Park. First pitch to Beckman will miss the zone, 1-0. 1-0, swing and miss. Evens the count up at 1-1. Klosterman entering his 3rd inning of work. For a bullpen arm, that is a lot more than what you're used to.
Yeah, a little bit slower velo here to start this inning, although he's ramping it up progressively. 84 on that last pitch. But yeah, like you mentioned, probably not used to throwing a lot, especially since this summer he's mainly been a 1-inning reliever for Nick White.
To be fair, the bottom half of the 2nd inning, that was a long half inning. A lot of at-bats, long at-bats at that, too. And it's also, this is probably the coolest day we've seen at CSM since, beginning of the summer when it was still kind of, the end of spring as we get swing and miss right there to bring the count to 3-2. Maybe Klosterman has cooled down a bit. He's Trying to find that velo again, as it is a full count pitch to Beckman. Just gets the swing and miss there on the 84-mile-an-hour sinker. Out number 1 of the inning.
Yeah, and that sinker's been moving extra today. A lot more vertical drop than we're used to with Klosterman.
So maybe that's something that he was kind of focusing on. Instead of just hammering, the velo, it's just making more movement out of it and making it a tougher pitch to hit. That'll bring up Christian Hernandez, the pitcher, right now.
And I will say Klosterman is one of the legacy pitchers that does value movement more than the others. One of the few guys on the legacy that's actually approached me about, how to make his movements better. A lot of Legends players do that, not so much on the legacy side of things.
Foul ball there by Hernandez brings the count to 0-2. Dylan White on deck. Mr. Hernandez missed the zone 1-2. One, two. Hit into opposite field. Tracking back is Daniels and making the grab by the wall for the second out of the inning.
And 86 on that last pitch, so it does look like he has been able to regain that velocity that he had in the first couple of innings.
That was a really well hit ball by Hernandez, but Daniels got to it to make the grab. It's now 2 down here in the top of the third to bring up Dylan White. Dylan White struggled against right-handed pitching in Wednesday's contest. He struck out a couple times. So Ryan Johnson and Chris Walsh. And then the one time they got on base was against the lefty, Rodriguez.
And probably one of the reasons why he's hitting 9th today. Of course, that doesn't mean that he is the last hitter of the lineup as they're batting 12 guys.
2-0 here. Takes that one in the zone for a strike. 2-1 now to Dylan White. Pitch. Finds the zone again. Drop strike 2. Evens things up.
And it looks like the summer ball umpires that we've had this summer have really called that pitch even if the catcher has dropped it, which is not something you usually see in baseball.
2-2 hit. Over to the second baseman. Jumping grab by John Ringer to get out of the inning. South Bay goes down 1-2-3. When we return bottom of the third, it will be Ryan Farr, Roman Trinidad, and Will Florio. Welcome back. Bottom of the third. Ryan Farr steps up to the plate here and hits that one over with the short, unable to be fielded for a leadoff hit by Ryan Farr, 91 miles an hour off of the bat. I'll bring up Roman Trinidad with a runner on first.
Now batting the
No
center
outs.
fielder, number 20, Roman Trinidad.
Well, hit ball there by Ryan Farr, unable to be fielded by the shortstop. That's a tough play to make.
Yeah, a ball that's rocketed right at you. Not a real easy one to make. Luckily for him, he's able to keep it in front of him. So Ryan Farr's only able to get one base out of that.
Farr definitely does have some speed. You could be seeing him still here. Roman Trinidad, another guy with speed, hits that one foul. Unable to be barehanded by the third base coach, Nick White. He had that. He saw that ball off of the bat the entire time and just couldn't field it. Cricket's not for everybody. One to Trinidad brings the count to 1-2.
So I'm not very familiar with cricket, Nate.
You don't wear gloves.
Oh.
Everything has to be fielded barehanded.
And where'd you learn that? Back in the homeland?
Back in the homeland.
The motherland, excuse me.
That will be swinging strike 3. Actually, no, fouled off. We'll do the 1-2 again. Of course, though, cricket definitely growing in the U.S. I mean, they just had the World Cup there this summer. One, two to Trinidad. Farr takes off, hit high into right. That one going over to the warning track for a base hit. Farr digging for home. Trinidad will hold up at second. The RBI double. Great piece of hitting there by Roman Trinidad.
It's a sweet stroke by Roman Trinidad. That ball was lined off the bat. Maybe thought it had a chance to get out. That wall was just a little bit too high and the ball didn't go far enough. The wind didn't necessarily carry it far enough. So Trinidad's only going to get a double, his second of the day.
And Trinidad having a great day here in this second to last home game at CSM. That brings up Will Florio here. It's the Florio. Looked at for a ball, 1-0. And this is the kind of the section of the order that's been doing a lot of damage so far today. They were Trinidad and Florio were the start of the rally in the second. And that will be looked at for a ball, 2-0.
And the Legacy dugout kind of peer pressuring Roman Trinidad to take third base right here. We'll expect to see him go at some point.
Extends his lead, but goes back to second. But you know Trinidad wants to steal third base once again. 2-0 hit foul. Brings the count to 2-1. Hit high. Trinidad tracking back, going to go back to second, and as it will be dropped for a hit, actually, in between the outfielders. Trinidad digging for home. Double from Will Florio, scores another run. It is now, I believe, 5-0 in favor of the Legacy.
Yeah, the Legacy are just piling on the extra base hits right now. And with 5 runs already on the board, and the Legacy having already mercy ruled the Storm twice, it does have to be said that it's a non-league game and their mercy rule is in effect.
It'll be 5-0. John Ringer to the plate with one on, nobody out. Pitch to Ringer, misses for a ball, 1-0. Ringer, he's provided some clutch hitting against the Storm as he hits that one into opposite field. Tracked the whole time. Florio will tag third. That will be easily safe. And the sac fly from Ringer will advance Will Florio. Brings up Cooper Winton. This is basically an identical to how the second inning was going.
Yeah, and the Legacy have the opportunity here to recreate that with an RBI here from Cooper Winton.
Last time it was a sac fly that sent Winton back to the dugout with an RBI. This one fouled off 0-1. Winton homered in Wednesday's game. You know, we called it an inside the park home run on the bunt, but I asked him in the post-game interview, and he said, no, we'll just call it a Little League home run. It doesn't count.
Definitely commendable. You know, he doesn't feel like he earned that one, so doesn't really want it.
I mean, showed off the wheels there. And that one hit in the center, fielded by the second baseman for the second out of the inning. Brings up Alex Tolbert here with 2 outs. Runner on first.
Alex Tolbert.
Tolbert, of course, the pinch runner. Now in at first base. Will Flora moves over to left field for Kieran Baker. First pitch. Oh, missed the zone 1-0. Tolbert, power bat. And he might show it there. That's exactly where he wanted on the inner part, but it just goes right to the left fielder for the final out of the inning. 2 runs come across the plate here for the Legacy. It is now 5-0 as we enter the top of the fourth. Welcome back, top of the fourth. We still have Christian Klossman in the game. And for good reason. I mean, he's only allowed 1 hit through 3 innings. Been locating the ball really well and getting outs. That one misses there, though, for a ball 1-0.
Yeah, Klosterman's been really effective so far here for the Legacy. Very quick innings, and so far 3 zeros to show for it.
Tonight, at the plate right now, he will make that one low for a ball. Brings the count to 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, nobody on. Fouled off, brings the count to 2-1. Klossman trying to come back in the count here against the Knight. And of course, he's playing center fielder. He was playing center field when, you know, the runs came across the plate, mainly due to his defensive errors. And that one was for a ball 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike. And That will be a foul ball to load up the count 3-2. Klosterman plays his college ball for Kenyatta. Didn't really get that many opportunities this past season for the Colts. Only 4 appearances. Really showed himself to be a real strikeout guy. Someone fouled off by tonight to keep it at 3-2. 8.31 Ks per 9. Pretty solid for your reliever.
I would assume he's going to get more opportunities in this next season. A lot of guys obviously going to graduate and move on to hopefully 4-year college ball. So Klosterman will get more opportunities as his JUCO career goes on.
It's just his first year for Kenyatta. He's now entering his sophomore season.
He's definitely making a case for himself this summer.
Oh, definitely. And I mean, I'm sure, there's a lot of Kenyatta players for both men, for the Legacy and the Legends. I'm sure the coaches are definitely keeping an eye on this and seeing how well Klosterman's been pitching. As the camera woman make a play to get the ball.
I believe she's got 2 now.
Yeah, the Storm's player was not happy about that. Daniel Major really wanted to get that one, as that will be strike 3 swinging from tonight to go down for the first out of the inning.
Good pitch right there, elevating the fastball to get a swing and a miss at the top of the zone. On a 3-2 count, you're really defensive as a hitter. You don't want to strike out, and gets it right there, right above the zone. High enough to get the swing and a miss.
That'll bring up Andrew Giordanengo with 1 out. Pitch to Giordanengo. Looked at for a strike, 0-1. Klosterman still looks so good here through 3 1/3. Finding the zone, getting strikes, and getting strikeouts more importantly.
And all of his pitches still look very sharp. I mean, usually the first thing that happens when you start getting tired is your stuff goes down, but so far he's been able to keep it pretty consistent as the game has progressed.
Count at 2-1 after the missed ball low. Before playing at Kenyatta was over at Bellarmine playing for the Bells at WCAL. Another school that has a lot of representation on this Legacy side, as that breaking ball will find the zone 2-2. Two pitch, ripped, fielded by Tolbert, flipped to Klosterman in time for the second out of the inning. Great defense there by Alex Tolbert.
Alex Tolbert laying out to make that play. Didn't start the game over there. Very tough play, a sharply hit ball right there. And Tolbert's able to use his quick reflexes to make that play and quickly flip it over to Christian Klosterman. Good job by the pitcher as well, covering the base.
Yeah, it's the second, play by Klosterman to hustle over and get the out at first. But really, all the credit goes to Alex Tolbert there. Brings up the 12-hole hitter, Jordan Renteria. And that one did feel a little weird to say.
The 12-hole hitter. I don't know if I can get used to that.
Just have to get used to it for today. Swinging strike 1 there. Rolled that Renteria one around. 1-1. Misses 2-1. Renteria played first base in Wednesday's game. Seeing, him and the rest of the order move in and around the field. Manager Mike Ryan wants to get everyone involved in this game. 3-1, swing and a miss from Renteria to bring up the count to 3-2. Another thing that I've noticed about Klosterman, he's gotten himself into a lot of full counts here and gotten out of them with either strikeouts or flyouts.
Yeah, a lot of effective pitching. He's making pitches when he needs to and getting those outs limiting walks.
Does so once again. Lets out a cry of the air to get the strikeout of the inning. It's still 5-0 as we enter the bottom of the fourth. Daniels, Wong, and Cowens to the plate. Welcome back. Bottom of the fourth. Will be the middle of the order here for the Legacy Daniels, Wong, and Cowens. The power part of the lineup. That one fouled off 0-1.
Nick White not able to make the play on that one.
My goal for today is to see Nick White make a nice play over at defense, so he can give nice plays over at defense. That was not one of them. First baseman forced off of the bag. Daniels will reach on the error there.
Yeah, speaking of making nice plays on defense, I mean, somebody's got to do it because the Storm's defense hasn't really done that so far today.
I'll bring up Tyler Wong with the leadoff man on. Wong has been a great hitter all summer. No different today. Daniels takes off. He will be comfortably safe at second. This is the Legacy that we know all too well about.
Yeah, they're going to steal a lot of bases. They're going to push the agenda, get themselves in a scoring position. And, for the right guy right here, Tyler Wong has a lot of RBIs this season.
And just keep on passing the bats while they're hot. 1-0 to Wong. Breaking ball high, ball 2. Tyler Wong, I think, might be the only guy who's gotten multiple interviews this summer. It just really speaks to how well he's played. So it has to be noted, his parents are at a lot of the games. On Wednesday, they brought pizza for the whole team, including us in the press box. Very nice of his family. 3-0 to Wong as they check in on Daniels at second. A call from the umpire saying to knock it off, as that'll be a dropped ball forward. Daniels holds up at second, thought about going. Puts runners on first and second with nobody out for Blake Cowens.
The catcher, number 4.
It's a good walk right there from Tyler Wong. Doesn't need to get too aggressive, expand the zone, and is able to take his free base, passes the bat. I'm not entirely sure who the umpire was saying knock it off to. It doesn't necessarily sound like the Legacy's being, more rowdy than usual.
First pitch swinging, Cowens fouls it off 0-1. The Legacy dugout is probably one of the loudest we've seen here at CSM. They have a lot of fun, and I'm surprised the umpires don't talk to them more often.
Yeah, it seems like some of the players on the Legacy side know one of the players on the Storm side. Doesn't look like there's any ill will going on. So,
and I don't think there ever really is any ill will between the Legacy and their opponents. So they always it's just more, kind of chirping their own guys, which is always fun to see. 0-2 here to Cowens. Will miss for a ball 1-2. We'll bring him up. Cowens, strike 3 for the first out of the inning. Big one there for Christian Hernandez.
Yeah, and the second time Blake Cowens has been struck out on a curveball, kind of over the heart of the plate looking. Really surprising to see him not make an adjustment on that pitch, especially since pretty much the entire summer he's been really good at adjusting. An all-star, you have to, but hasn't made the adjustment against that curveball from Hernandez so far today.
Yeah, Connor Ray, the catcher, saw that Cowens had already struck out once via that pitch as Daniels took off for third there. He just kept that one in his back pocket, waited until he got into a 2-strike count, and got him to strike out there.
And that really is a lost art now with a lot of college teams transitioning to the pitch comm. A lot of that is just the pitching coach has to remember that, but here in this league where the catcher has to call his own pitches, it's still an art, I will say.
An art that Connor Ray has shown to be pretty effective at today. 0-2 here to Ryan Farr. Hit over past the shortstop for a base hit. Daniel's going to dig for the home. Comfortably safe. Frey doesn't even come. It's now 6-0 in favor of the Legacy.
Good swing by Ryan Farr right there. A curveball that he gets over the heart of the plate, and he's able to ground it through the 5-6 hole. Looked like Nick White was over there chatting with the Storm head coach, and he kind of had to hustle over to the third base coach's box and wave in Donnell Daniels.
And now back to talking with Mike Ryan. Brings up Roman Trinidad with 2 on, 1 out in a 6-run game. Pitch to Trinidad. Swing and a miss, 0-1.
Gotta wonder how that interaction between Nick White and Mike Ryan just went. Hold on, I gotta go wave my guy in. I'll be right back.
Definitely an awkward one when your team's at the receiving end of it. As that one hit over the head of a second baseman. That will send Tyler Wong to the plate to score a run, and is now 7-0 single from Trinidad. The bats are hot right now.
And Roman Trinidad's bat is especially hot. 2 doubles already on the day, and an RBI single right there adds on to his great day at the plate.
Yeah, scored a couple runs as well. Brings up Will Florio with 2 on, 1 out.
Left fielder number 22, Will Florio.
And you can tell just how much the Legacy are loving these walk-up songs for Florio. He swings at that one. Swinging bunt right there. He will unable to beat the throw. But does advance the runners there. Puts 2 in scoring position with 2 outs.
Yeah, effectively a bunt right there. Able to move both runners into scoring position. Now for the guy who was the walk-off hero in Wednesday's game, John Ringer.
I don't know. We were kind of talking about this yesterday. I wonder if the game ends, a home run here would put the score to 10-0. Ringer could walk it off again. Takes that one for a ball, 1-0. 1-0 pitch. Hit up the middle off of the foot of Hernandez, but he's going to quickly adjust and make the play. Tag in time for the final out of the inning. So 2 runs come across the plate there for Menlo Park. 7-0 as we enter the top of the 5th. Top of the order coming up here in the 5th. And I mean, you know, obviously some guys have reached tier 4 of the Storm, but through 12 batters, Klosterman has faced 12 batters only. So, I mean, he's faced the entire order once. It's now the top of the 5th inning. This is kind of where you see, you know, bullpen arms struggle second time through the order. Klosterman falls behind 2-0. But even then, you know, we've seen Klosterman fall behind in counts before and still be able to get out, so I'm definitely not worried.
Yeah, and when I mentioned the as the batter's going to get checked out by the manager right here, when I mentioned that Klosterman was a 2-pitch pitcher and that he might struggle second time through the order, I hadn't considered the fact that there's 12 batters in this lineup. It's been about 4 innings since they last saw him, so maybe that memory faded away while they were sitting on the bench.
2-1 to Major. Taken for a strike, 2-2. So just like that, Klosterman comes back on the count once again. Will miss for ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the leadoff hitter, Major. It'll be Major, Plaskett, and Mateucci for the Storm. And the 3-2 pitch just misses the zone. Leadoff walk for Daniel Major. Brings up Joe Plaskett with a runner on first, nobody out.
Yeah, quickly a couple of guys are going to hustle down to the bullpen, so it does look like Christian Klosterman is, you know, the pitching coaches probably think that he's running out of gas a little bit here.
You know, Owen Swanson being one of them. Kai Price being the other. Potentially, you know, the last opportunity for these guys to get there. You know, to pitch at CSM this summer. Place that really has treated the Legacy pretty well. It's not often we've seen the Legacy play at home and lose games. That one swing. Fouled. Brings the count to 1-2. One-two pitch. Fouled off. We'll do it again. And yeah, I mean, definitely we've seen the velocity go down here for Klosterman, now pitching around like 80 to 81. That was the off speed there, 72. Hit opposite. Goes foul. We'll do the 1-2 again.
How about our camera people getting involved on the foul balls? Social media coordinator Spencer Rand making that last play.
He made that one barehanded as well. Did something that Nick White has been able to do over at third. 1-2, one on, nobody out, fouled off. Everyone goes for it. Fielded by Spencer Rand over in the dugout. One, two. Strike 3, ring him up. I don't know, maybe we should have started Klosterman this entire summer.
He's been very effective so far. A fastball on the outer part of the plate that catches, just barely nipped that strike zone right there. You're able to get that ever important first out here in this 5th inning.
Still getting strikeouts in his 5th inning of work. Swing and miss right there. Brings it to 0-1.
And I'm sure important for him as well is that he's 2 outs away from being considered for the win.
0-1. Hit high into foul territory. Brings the count to 0-2. To Mateucci with a runner on first, being Major. Man, don't know what he was thinking to swing at that one. It just fouled off, but it was high and way away from the plate.
First changeup we've seen all day from Klosterman, fouled off right there by Mariucci.
0-2, time is called. Right as Klosterman was ready to give the pitch. And the field ump saying something to Mike Ryan over at third, the manager for the Storm. 0-2. Swung on, hit high, going foul. That'll be ruled a home run. Actually, went off the home run pole. Exactly what the Storm needed to get back into this game.
That ball barely had enough of the wind pushing it fair, and it clanks off the foul pole right there. A 2-run home run for Mariucci, who did hit a ball very hard last time up.
Yeah, Mariucci, the guy in their order who seems to have, the most pop. It's not an easy place to hit a home run out of, especially with the strong winds, but that time the wind actually helping him, keeping it fair and in play for a 2-run shot here in the top of the 5th. So it's now 7-2 here. That one from Klosterman. Always tough to come back to the mound after giving up a home run. Has to do that and close out this inning. 1-0 to Dayton Anderson. Make it 2-0. Two balls, no strike, 1 out. Anderson hits that one over to third, fielded by Wong. Throw in time for the second out of the inning.
Christian Klosterman letting out the velo grunt right there, as we call it. 86 on that last pitch, one of his faster pitches here in the top of the 5th inning.
Yeah, still finding velo late into his outing. Very impressive from the regular closer of the Legacy. Brings up Andre Butler. We've seen him make some nice defensive plays. He also reached in the second inning. Now looking to get back on base once again. 1-1. 1-0, looked out for a ball, brings it to 2-0. That one low for ball 3.
And Klosterman might be losing a little bit of his location here, but it does look like the Legacy are going to allow him to finish off this inning as the bullpen arms have sat down.
As he steps off the mound here to reset, kind of. Klosterman definitely deserves to get through 5 full innings. He's had a fantastic day so far. 3-0. Finds his own 3-1. And yeah, really slowed it down that time on the velo.
Yeah, 81 to get back into the strike zone. Always effective, especially on a 3-0 pitch. You're not expecting the batter to swing.
That one swung on over to third. Wong fields once again. It's another great defensive play to get out of the inning. Home run from Mariucci lessens the Legacy lead to 5, but it's still 7-2 as we enter the bottom of the 5th. Winton, Baker, and Daniels, the top of the order, to the plate. Welcome back, bottom of the fifth. See, first time coming up here after he gave up some runs in the top half of the inning. It'll be Cooper Winton, Alex Tolbert, and Donnell Daniels. Some work in. As Winton will head back down to the dugout. First out, and Ryan very upset at his pitcher for not going for a defensive play there, even though it was right to the first baseman.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the manager has a point right there. Obviously, you want to pay attention to the little things, focus in on the details, make it look like you're making an effort, even though it's obviously going to be a very routine play. And I assume it's a repeat offender right here on the mound, as he was very animated.
I mean, you don't usually get that animated. It's someone being, it being their first time doing that. That one misses for a ball, 1-0. This is again 2-0. Hernandez a little rattled after what his manager said to him.
Yeah, kind of funny. He's smiling out there on the mound, but obviously the command has kind of been lost.
Hit high into left center. That one's going to drop in front of the wall for a base hit by Alex Tolbert. He got all of that baseball. 99 miles an hour, went 364. Really well hit ball by the first baseman.
That's a sweet stroke right there by Alex Tolbert. Unfortunate for him, he wasn't able to hook it down the line and hit it out, but a double right there for Alex Tolbert.
26, Donnell Daniels.
A sweet stroke indeed brings up Donnell Daniels with 1 on, 1 out. He's reached base a couple times now, and when he reaches base, he likes to move around on the base path, steal some, be aggressive. Looks at that one for a strike though, 0-1.
Well, Alex Tolbert, also aggressive on Wednesday, stole third. Wonder if we'll see it again.
That one hit over to the shortstop. Great play. Once again by Andre Butler. 100 mile an hour off the bat of Daniels, and he still fielded it.
A couple of well-hit balls here for the Legacy. A little bit of a lucky play right there by the first baseman, Mateucci. Not really what you want to do if you're a first baseman. You kind of want to, extend as far as you can and meet that ball in front, but he's able to catch the ball on a lucky hop right there.
It's going to bring up Tyler Long with 1 on, 2 outs. Swinging, fouled off, 0-1. Well, another guy who's reached base a couple times today, looking to do so again here in the bottom of the fifth. Looks at that one high for a ball, 1-1. Ball, 1 strike to the Tufts Jumbo. Hits that one weakly over to third for the final out of the inning. And there for the Storm, who after getting some runs on the board, forced no runs out of the Legacy. It's now 7-2 as we enter the top of the 6th. Come back here in the top of the 6th. New pitcher into the game is Kai Price, relieving Christian Klosterman after 5 great innings. As we have Klosterman's line. How good was that outing? It was 5 innings, 78 pitches, only gave up 2 hits. 2 runs, of course, off of the home run from Max Matteucci. Walked 2, struck out 4. Fantastic day from the closer.
Yeah, great day for Christian Klosterman. Was able to locate all of his pitches well, getting a lot of weak contact when, obviously the ball was put in play. Of course, the 1 home run kind of puts a little bit of a stain on that line, but, still a very successful day for Christian Klosterman, a guy who's usually the closer, like you mentioned.
2-1 almost hits the hitter. Brings the count to 3-1. I think the Legacy dugout doing some roll call to the field. Pitch from Price. Hit over to Wong. He's made a couple tough plays at third, and he dikes another one right there for the first out of the inning. Had to get that one in there in a hurry.
Very important play right there for Tyler Wong. Very important pitch by Kai Price right there, going down 3-1. You never want to allow that leadoff guy to get on base via the walk. The old baseball saying is that if you allow a guy to get on via a walk to lead off an inning, they'll usually score, and they did on the last inning.
That'll bring up the next Storm hitter. It'll be Kurt Beckman. First pitch to Beckman will miss for a ball, 1-0. From Price. Looked out for a strike, 1-1. Good take.
The wind is picking up here, especially out towards right center. Also very unfortunate for a couple of commentators who forgot their sweatshirts today.
Especially for one of the commentators who's also wearing shorts right now. We are dressing like it's, Saturday, middle of the day, and it's 90 degrees out. It is a windy evening here at CSM. We haven't seen this in a while. That one will miss for a ball, 2-2.
In our defense, you never know what you're going to get out here.
You never know what you're going to get out here. It's not an Orange County summer, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily a fan of all this wind we get up here.
Swing strike 3. Beckman will go down. Great pitch there by Kai Price.
Great pitch to get that second out right there. Curveball in the dirt. Gets him to chase. Gets 2 quick outs here coming out of the bullpen. Always important.
Yeah, always really nice to see as well. Price. Maybe seeing that fastball from him. That breaking ball you would see is the curveball. He really slows it down on the curve. Has to be said, though, other people dress for the occasion. You're riding me, Carly, working the track, man. Looking pretty cozy right now.
Unfortunately, they didn't bring sweaters for us.
No, that would have been really nice if they did, but instead we're at the, hands of the elements. Forced to suffer. It's 1-2. Fouled off. We'll do it again. As I just got tossed a sweater from the PA announcer RB. Repping some. Is this some St. Mary's merch?
Sir.
Repping the Gales. It is now officially only Victor that can feel the wind. 2-2 here.
Well, I too just got a sweater, and mine looks way bigger than yours.
It does look way bigger, but that's okay. I'm not complaining. Is that is strike 3 by Kai Price?
1-2-3. Go the
1-2-3. Go the Storm. That curveball really working for Kai Price. When we return, it'll be Blake Cowan's Ryan Farr in a room in Trinidad. Welcome back, bottom of the sixth from a way cozier broadcast booth. It's Nate Martin and Victor Martinez. Blake Cowens coming to the plate here. It'll be Cowens, Farr, and Trinidad for the Legacy after, the top of the order was shut down by Christian Hernandez. Probably his best inning of work we've seen all day.
One of only 2 zeros he's put up on the scoreboard. Of course, that first inning was a bases loaded 0. So, yeah, definitely one of the cleanest inning we've seen from Christian Hernandez.
2-0 to Cowens, who gets ahead of the count early. Swinging. Strike one there, though. Was aiming for the fence and got nothing.
Maybe he got fooled by that very slow fastball right there. 72.
A little miss, 73 on the fastball, 3-1 now. Cowens, of course. Not only, we talk about, positional versatility with this Legacy side. Is that one only first out of the inning? We talk about positional versatility with this Legacy side. Cowens pitched an inning earlier in the summer. His fastball was around 76 to 78. 70-mile-an-hour slider, and it got out of it in a top of the ninth inning in a close game against the Alameda Anchors, who eventually won the BACL, I think. That one is fouled off 0-1.
Is that the second year the Anchors have won the BACL in a row?
Yeah, and they've only been a team for 2 years.
Wow.
So, very impressive. As it will now go to 0-2 here. Farr falls behind in the count. Two to Farr. Hit on. Into left center gap. That one's going to drop for a hit. Off the wall. Farr will head over to second with a 1-out double. Great piece of hitting there by the shortstop.
Yeah, Ryan Farr swinging the bat really well today. A double right there allows him to get into scoring position for Trinidad, who's done nothing but hit as well today.
Number 20, Roman Trinidad.
Brings up Trinidad with a runner at second in scoring position. Trinidad has reached base every single time. 3 hits so far. Thought about laying down the bunt. Pulls it back to take for a ball. 1-0. Misses. Brings it to 2-0. Hernandez trying to find the zone a bit this inning. About laying down a bunt again, but pulls it back in time. 3-0.
Command kind of spotty for Hernandez this inning, so he might be getting a little bit worn down, but it doesn't look like the South Bay Storm necessarily have a lot of pitching depth, or at least they haven't brought up that much here to CSM today.
They used 2 pitchers Wednesday's game. It was actually 3 pitchers, Jaden Bitter, Daniel Major, and Nick Vega. As Trinidad will take that one for a walk. 2 on, 1 out here for Will Florio.
Now batting the left fielder, number 22, Will Florio.
Florio has an opportunity to drive in some runs here with 1 out, 2 on. So Florio looked at for a ball. Solid take by the new left fielder now. One out of Florio. Pitch right down the middle, swings at it, but if runners will advance on the dropped strike by the catcher. Puts 2 in scoring position here for Will Florio.
Pass ball right there allows both runners to get into scoring position for a guy that has a lot of pop. Can bring both of these runners in pretty easily.
1-1 misses, brings it to 2-1. And Florio, we've seen him almost hit it out of the ballpark a couple times this year. Maybe today's his day as he fouled that one off, but the runners will advance. It's now 8-2. On the swinging strike 2 that was dropped by the catcher again.
Yeah, another, we'll assume that's going to go down as a pass ball. Another run on the board for the Legacy as Will Florio swings through that one.
2-2 count. Which almost hits him. And it does actually. That will put him on with 1 out. 2 game here with runners on the corner. John Ringer comes up to the plate.
Now batting the second baseman, number 6.
I mean, they're still just
John
keeping.
Ringer.
They're still just keeping Hernandez on the mound, even with nobody warming up. I think he's just going to be pitching for as long as
The first strike to Florio was a pass.
his arms can. First pitch to Ringer will miss. We'll find the zone. 0-1.
Yeah, like we said, not a lot of depth here. Maybe we see a position player pitch like we did last time for the Storm. But yeah, Hernandez is going to be asked to go as long as possible.
0-1. Dropped. Runner's going to go home. And that will score a run. Trinidad comes across the plate to bring the Legacy lead back up to 7.
Not the cleanest of defensive days for the South Bay Storm. Another wild pitch right there.
Something that we've seen, a few times today. Defensive struggles, and really every time we've seen the Storm here at CSM. 2-1 now to Ringer after the ball. And that will miss for ball 3. Hernandez really struggling with finding the zone this inning. We said it earlier, and it's still continuing here. 3-1 with Florio on second hit. Foul. Is the count to 3-2. Full count to John Ringer. We'll take that one for a ball. Brings up the top of the order with 2 on. Cooper Winton to the plate. Cooper Winton, of course, alongside Ryan Farr, honoring their host families tonight.
Always nice to see that. First time we've seen that for the Legacy. The Legends have had 2 host family nights. Only the one so far for the Legacy.
Winton takes that one for a ball. It's 1-0. Yeah, really nice moment every time. This one felt, this one was a great one for me especially. I mean, I think we had 3 different kids throw out a first pitch to Winton, who will hit that one over the head of a center fielder. Florio goes home. They'll send John Ringer as well. That'll be a 1-out triple for Cooper Winton to score 2 runs. It's now 11-2 in favor of the Legacy.
Cooper Winton with a good swing the other way. Getting 2 RBIs on that one. Continues his great day at the plate. And now the Legacy, I believe, are 90 feet away from winning this game.
Alex Tolbert.
Yeah, one swing of the bat can end it. All you need is a sac fly. As the chance of one more run erupt out of the Legacy dugout. Hit over, and that will be your... We'll see if it's the ball game. I don't think it is, though. 1 run comes across the plate. It's now 12-2. The single from Tolbert.
And we've had, 2 mercy rules.
And yeah, we've just been told it has to get to 7 innings. The Legacy dugout didn't know that. So the game will continue. If the Storm are unable to score any runs in the top of the 7th, I think that will be our game.
Yeah, and we were wondering that last game when the Legacy were up by a lot early. Of course, they got to the 8th inning and then the game was called. But today they put on a barrage of hits and got there pretty quickly.
Of course, now the Legacy are going to want to, score some more runs for some insurance. As Daniels will look at that one for a ball. It's now 2-0. Extra runs wouldn't hurt you. 2-0. Swung on hard. Oh, down third base line. That one's going to go basically to the wall. Tolbert digging for 3, slides in. Out. That one looks close to me.
Yeah, and I thought he got there, but I assume they're going to call him out because he overslid the base and the tag was applied after that.
Really tough for Tolbert. Have a lot of momentum going into third base and just couldn't rein it back in time. So that'll bring up Tyler Long with runner at second, 2 outs. First pitch to Wong. Dropped. And will not be fielded by the left fielder. That will score Daniels. Extends the Legacy lead to 11. A
6-run inning so far for the Legacy, continuing to pile on here as Tyler Long is still at first base, so there could potentially be more damage to be done here with Blake Cowens, the all-star, at the plate.
Yeah, the Legacy bats showing no sign of slowing down here. This ties their game against the Sonoma Stompers for the biggest lead they've had all year. They beat Sonoma 15-4 in the beginning of the season. I mean, just shows you how good this Legacy side is. Score to beat a CCL side 15-4. Really impressive.
Yeah, especially considering the fact that their counterparts, the Legends, haven't really been able to put up numbers like that against the Stompers all season. Of course, they'll have another shot at it today and tomorrow, but yeah, very good showing on that day, and they've put up some good numbers the entire summer.
In fact, it's usually the Stompers that blow out the Legends, but a tough one is that will be I think a balk to send Wong to third.
Umpires making sure to enforce the rules even in an 11-run game.
I personally really appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. Got to keep the ethics going, no matter what the score is.
2-0. Hit over to third, fielded for the final out of the inning. 6 runs come across the plate there for the Legacy. It is 13-2 as we enter the top of the 7th in what could be the final inning of play. Time for the 7th and what could be the final inning of play. Kai Price looking to close out the day for the Legacy. The Storm down to their final 3 outs, and that's a good way to start the inning. Beautiful breaking ball finds its own 1. I don't know if we've ever seen a mercy roll game where maybe some of the Storm lineup won't get a chance to hit for a second time.
Yeah, very unique situation we got going on right now with the Storm having 12 batters. You know, like you said, a lot of them aren't going to even get to see the pitcher for the second time.
One looked at the ball by Dylan White. Yeah, it'll be 9, 10, and 11, so maybe Jordan Renteria just has a chance of not coming up for a second time today. As the Clouds this is the first time, I think, all year where we've really seen clouds fill up the CSM skyline. This is a new one for me. As I've just been told by a Marin native, we'll call it fog.
Yeah, we don't really get fog down in Orange County, so this is a new one for me as well.
We rarely even get fog. This is probably the farthest south you're going to get fog in the Bay. You still kind of see some glimmers of blue in the right field. You can also see how much the wind is blowing. The trees moving around a lot, as that will be a leadoff walk to Dylan White to bring up James DeKnight.
James DeKnight.
Kyler Bittner on balls is shielding himself with his jersey right now.
Yeah, chilly here at CSM. Pitch to DeKnight. Inside for a ball, 1-0. To DeKnight. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. And the wind is really blowing. Hit over to short. Third, draws the second baseman off the bag. Tough play for Tyler Wong to make.
That's a tough play for Wong right there. John Ringer did a good job of getting off the base right there and not forcing the situation, just keeping that ball in the infield, preventing the runners from moving up.
2 on, nobody out, to bring up Andrew Giordanengo with a couple runners on. First pitch to Giordanengo misses for a ball. Swung foul. Count goes to 1-1. He's originally from Watsonville, so commute to play your baseball in the summer. As that one hit over to Wong, going for the double play out at second. The throw doesn't come into first. Only a fielder's choice for the first out of the inning.
And John Ringer wasn't able to transition that ball to his throwing hand right there. So they will call him out, even though Ringer dropped the ball on the transfer.
So we'll bring up Jordan Renteria for the second time today. So they will go through the entire order here.
And Renteria wasn't really happy with the umpire last time. Struck out looking.
For good reason as well. It was our trackman said that did miss the zone.
By a wide margin.
By a wide
margin.
You know, sometimes, you want to open up the zone a bit.
The umpire doesn't want to open up the zone here in this inning, though, as Kai Price was not happy with that last pitch.
That one fouled off, brings the count to 1-1. The runner at first. Giordanengo took off for second, but forced to retreat.
Although umpires are very, aware that everybody's a critic in the game of baseball.
Yeah, you're always going to upset somebody as an umpire. 1-1. Misses for a ball. Runner thought about taking off, but will head back to first.
Good stop right there by Blake Cowens. We've seen a lot of, catchers on the other side miss balls, so good job by Blake keeping that in front of him.
2-1. Renteria awaits the pitch. Or takes off. That will be dropped by Cowens. The commentator's curse comes through from Victor Martinez. Way to go.
Now I know how you feel, Nate.
Now you know how I feel. Still a 10-run game, so if the Legacy can prevent another run from scoring, the game will be over, but that definitely puts some pressure on Price, knowing that.
And I really hope the commentator's curse doesn't happen twice now that you said that.
3-1, dropped. Heading over to third and digging for home, but no, Gironengo will hold up. Or will also walk, as Price is really not happy with himself. Runners on the corners, 1 out. To bring up the top of the order, Daniel Major will be back very shortly.
Number 4, Daniel Major.
Welcome back. Top of the 7th. It's Daniel Major to the plate with 2 on the corners with 1 out. Price really taking his time here. First pitch in the zone, 0-1. Exactly what you want to see is if you're Tyler Quintanilla.
First pitch strike right there from Kai Price. Hopefully Quintanilla was able to, get him in the right mindset. Doesn't look like he was too happy with himself after that last walk.
And will miss for a ball, 1-1. Evens the count up. One, 1 out. And what? Second to last time this year we're going to see baseball at CS7 this summer.
Kind of a sad realization, but obviously the summer has to end at some point, and the Legacy have had a great summer, so good for them, and, we'll be sad to see them go, I will say that.
2-1, hit up the middle, out at second, and that'll be the ball game. Double play to end it. The Legacy run rule the South Bay Storm for the 3rd time this season. 13-3 is your final score. Christian Klosterman, the winning pitcher. The save, not even the save, just coming in there to get the final outs is Kai Price. Great result for the Legacy.
Yeah, Christian Klosterman absolutely dealt today, being tasked to do something that he wasn't usually, comfortable to doing.
You just
That's
heard
the ball game. What's the final score?
our favorite singer in the booth, maybe, Carly.
13. That's South Bay Storm.
I think we're going to have to get her on air in Tuesday's contest between the Menlo Park Legacy and the Samurais, which will be our final game of this summer. For Victor Martinez and everyone else here with Legacy Baseball, I'm Nate